So I've been on the board at Campbell Creek Science Center for 2 years, and I'm a travel writer. And one of the most attractive aspects about this center is that I am able to integrate some of my work into some of the fabulous programs that are going on here. And I think we've talked earlier about the fact that it's not just for kids, it's for everybody. And that's really one mission that I am working really hard to accomplish, is to bring in visitors to Alaska, to bring in local families who might live just a mile or two away but yet have never really visited. I hear that all the time. So part of what I'm doing in my role on the board is to bring in community and bring in folks who are just visiting. This is wilderness in the middle of a city. It is accessible, it is family friendly, it is one of these special places that you are truly going to feel as if you are immersed in Alaska. I am convinced that every single staff that works here is just a stellar example of a couple things, of education and of stewardship. My own kids find this place to be just a magical sort of experience every single time we come here. The staff who work here are so well connected with kids, but also with nature. So they're able to tie that together through their own life experiences to teach these kids. If you were to walk outside right now and go about 10 minutes, maybe not even that, down the trail, you would start to hear this laughing and shouting as these kids are panning for gold or watching a dog team. And that kind of enthusiasm comes from enthusiastic staff. And these people are truly gifted at what they do. You know, that's one of the things that I promote in my own travel work is just getting outside with your kids year-round, every single day. And we start that sort of practice here, and we teach kids to go home and implement that in their own houses. So with their parents who maybe weren't raised going outside, if the kids start to do it and they start to ask mom and dad if they can go to this outdoor activity, then the whole family starts to be involved. So we start really simple with kids. Get outside an hour a day. Okay, that's manageable, they can do that. Turn off the TV. But we explain to them why. A lot of times kids are told what to do all day long, but they need to understand and be respected that they understand why the outdoors is so important. But we have to also educate the families. And that's why I like the Moms, Pops, and Tots program is so valuable, that we're starting at a very young age, especially with new parents. Anchorage is a very transient community. We have a lot of military, and a lot of these families are very young. They haven't had an opportunity to live somewhere like Alaska. So we're trying to teach them so that they can raise responsible kids who then will teach their own kids. The easiest thing to do is come to one of our programs and visit our website. We've revamped our website. It looks great to show up for our programs. There is something going on here all the time. Every week in the summer we have our Midsummer Nights Science Series. In the winter we have fireside chats on Thursday nights. We ramp up for National Trails Day. We have hundreds of people come to our public events, and that's how we spread the word. I'm a huge Iditarod fan, and when I discovered that the National Historic Iditarod Trail Committee worked closely with BLM, and we open up the Science Center on ceremonial start day, I just realized this is a fabulous educational opportunity. People think that the Iditarod is just about Anchorage to Nome. They don't realize it starts in Seward, and that there's a whole historic aspect to this of transportation and a crucial need to get goods overland. And since, you know, Alaska is pretty rugged, there weren't any other ways to do this. And the dog teams are an integral part of this state's history.